Welcome to Sports Today once again. Well, apologies for us not doing the dugout today, and the major apology should actually come from Shashwat because once again, he's the primary reason as to why we could not record our flagship show, which usually begins at 6:15 p.m.
See, you guys know, if you're a regular watcher of our everyday dugout show, that yesterday I was the one who was the reason why this show was late. But I took it on my chin, I accepted it, I said it that I'm the one who always points out the mistakes, whoever is late because of whoever we are late. Yesterday it was me, I took it on my chin.
Okay.
But today, guys, now I've built my trust with you. I am not the one who's the reason for not having the dugout. In fact, the reason is that we had a very interesting topic in our minds today. If you all know that we have taken the comments, the best comments from our IPL retention videos, the series of videos that we did about who, according to us, could be retained by each IPL franchise. We have taken your best comments and we are going to react to that. We are going to give our suggestions to that, maybe take some of your suggestions from that. It's going to be a really fun and interesting dugout and also very informative. So we wanted to do when we had a full house for that. That wasn't the case today, so that is why we were not here with the dugout. We have already taken in your questions. Most of your questions have been taken in, but now you still have a little bit more time, so you can comment and react on those videos so that we can take out more comments if they are really interesting, and all of that we will definitely highlight that in our show and talk about that, react on that and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. As Shashwat correctly points it out, that please comment on all these videos, leave your reactions, leave whatever you feel about all the teams, whether it is Chennai Super Kings, Mumbai Indians, Punjab Kings or any other team for that matter. Feel free to leave all your comments, and the best ones we are going to take it in a show that we are going to do early next week. And speaking about having a full show, well, we do have a surprise for you, and it's most likely going to happen tomorrow.
No, most likely it is going to happen tomorrow. Gulati.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm 100% sure. I've been really excited for that to happen, and I'm pretty sure so are you guys. Really excited for that to happen. Will they get to see that tomorrow morning 11 a.m.?
No, they'll get to see it in tomorrow's dugout.
Then I would want him. I would no. Okay, now I'll give it out if I say anything after that. So I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to give a spoiler to this. But finally, the much-awaited thing, the World Cup, the Women's World Cup, is just about to begin. India is going to kickstart their journey today. Just 30 minutes from now, we are just a couple of minutes away from the toss now. So it's going to be a really interesting thing. Gulati sir, I'll just cut to the chase. India has been one of the good teams, one of the sides that has always been around that trophy, just like the men's team, the Indian men's team, who have been around the trophy, but it's never been, they were never able to win it. It is the same thing is with the Indian women's team also. But this time around, I was listening to Harmanpreet just before she left for this World Cup. I could see that thing on her face that this time they don't want to be one of the favorites. They want to win that cup. It's nothing less, nothing apart from that. It's about winning the cup. It's not about winning a good game. It's not about playing good cricket. It's about winning that cup.
And first of all, I think before I get to my opinion here, New Zealand have won the toss, and I think in all likelihood, if my assumption is correct, they are going to bowl first here at the Dubai Cricket Stadium. It's the opening game for both India and New Zealand in the tournament. And the point with the Dubai Cricket Ground is that, especially in the second innings, dew is going to be a major factor. So, okay, New Zealand have won the toss and they have opted to bat, as it's come as a surprise, to be honest, because as far as the reports were doing the rounds, it was said that, there could be a lot of dew at the Dubai Cricket Stadium, but then New Zealand have made this surprising decision by opting to bat first here. But as far as I think the Indian women's team is concerned, well, they've come very close to winning the T20 World Cup. They reached the final of the 2020 event before losing to Australia. Then the previous event on 2022, they reached the semi-finals there, but then they couldn't really get the job done. But for now, they would look to take inspiration from the men's team and at the very same time do a double in 2024.
And it's not just going to be about that. Again, like I mentioned, the mindset this time is very specific. It's not about, like, again, I'll just repeat it, that it's not about just going close to that cup or just making it to the semi-final or the final. Since the word go, the intensity will be high, because again, just two groups, two teams will go. Not it's never an ideal situation like this. Any game you slip up, it can sort of go against you moving ahead also. So that is something the Indian team will be keeping in mind, because just two teams from here go ahead to the semi-final, so each game is going to be important. Australia also in the same group as India, so it's going to be really tough for India to, if they end up losing any game which they are expected to win. So they would definitely be eyeing to keep that momentum, keep that intensity all throughout the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. As Shashwat correctly pointed, that they are two groups, 5 teams each, and the top 2 teams of each group will progress to the semi-finals there. Well, India are slotted with New Zealand. Then their second match is going to take against Pakistan. That's going to take place this Sunday. Then third match is going to be against Sri Lanka on 9th of October. And their last and final group match is going to be against the defending champions Australia there. And it's going to take place on October 13th. And the other teams, of the different group are Bangladesh, South Africa, England, West Indies and Scotland. So overall, I think as far as each group is concerned or each team is concerned, 3 wins out of 4 should be enough for a progression to the semi-finals there. But then nothing can't be guaranteed here, because it's not just the wins, it's also the net run rate that comes into picture, and that's where big wins or the big margin wins would be key for all the teams.
Even though we are at this point seeing the Indian team being one of the favorites to go and win that cup, but also we have to keep in mind that, like again you mentioned, 3 wins out of the 4, net run rate will also be something that is going to be the key. Australia is in India's group.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another contender who has troubled India in the past, be it men's or women's for that matter.
Yeah.
Also Sri Lanka, if memory serves me right, won the Asia Cup, defeating India in the final itself. So all of these things, so any game, it's not going to be an easy thing for the Indian team to move ahead to the semi-final from here. So each game, even though Sri Lanka has lost their opener, but they know they will be coming in with that confidence when they come against India, that we have beaten them in the past. So they know that if they end up winning against India, India would be in deep trouble. Also keeping in mind the stadium, New Zealand going to bat first, that is an odd decision that you also talked about, because in Dubai over the years we have seen, I remember the World Cup, the men's World Cup also that took place in the Dubai. There also it was always about the team who was chasing. Any total here is less, because the due factor plays a very big role.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously New Zealand have announced their 11 there. It's Susie Bates, Georgia Plummer, Emilia Kerr, Sophie Devine is their skipper, Brooke Halliday, Maddie Green, Isabella Gaze, Jess Kerr, Rosemary Meyer, Lee Tahuhu and Eden Carson. Well, New Zealand are actually on a losing streak, coming into the T20 World Cup, and this is where they would really look to make sure that they make the necessary amends at the biggest stage of them all. Well, and as far as India are concerned, well, they have been on a roll as far as this T20 format goes. They defeated South Africa in a T20 series. They blanked Bangladesh 5-0 in a T20 series that took place earlier this year. Then they reached the finals of the Asia Cup before losing to Sri Lanka, and now obviously they are
you can
in
also
the World
see
Cup.
the New Zealand side on your screens now from here, and for India the Indian squad, you will see that also very shortly on your screens just after this.
Yes, well, India have announced their playing 11 with Shefali Verma and Smriti Mandhana as your sure shot openers, with Harmanpreet Kaur will now be batting at a new position, that's going to be number 3. Well, that was a musical chair for India specifically in this format, but now Harmanpreet has stepped up and she's going to be at that spot. Jemima Rodriguez at 4, Richa Ghosh, your designated keeper batter, at number 5, Deepti Sharma, the all-rounder, Arundhati Reddy at 7, Pooja Vastrakar, the pace bowling all-rounder, Shreyanka Patil, Asha Shobhna, and the spearhead of the attack, Renuka Singh Thakur.
An Indian batting lineup also sort of in form coming into this tournament. Jemima, I remember, scored runs in that warm-up game also. So a lot of things is going to be on the opening combination, because I think Shefali Verma is somebody who would want to take on the attack from the word go. I think she's going to be that aggressor in that opening pair. When Smriti and Shefali come out to bat in the second innings, she would want to go after the bowling attack, trying to take the give the pressure on the bowling bowling side, and then Jemima scoring those runs, scoring those runs in that in that warm-up game also, she will be also high on confidence. So this Indian team definitely looks good on paper as far as form is concerned, but again, just like the men's team that we've seen for many years, but the jinx finally broke in 2024. Even the women's team would be looking forward to do that.
Okay, before we wrap things up, your bold prediction for this game?
India, and you want innings-wise prediction?
You can tell the final prediction.
I think India is winning this game by 5 wickets.
Okay, so I'm also predicting an India win, but it's going to be a tight game, so maybe India winning this by 3 wickets.
We'll have to wait and watch, but we will definitely be joining you guys for the post-match show also. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed to Sports Today till now, do press the subscribe button and do not forget to like this video.